last couple of days, has Fee been able to go much in practice? And
We've just avoided, some of the places that wouldn't make sense for us to put her in right now. So we're in a space of trying to get the inflammation out of there. Right, we just passed 48 hours not too long ago, and that's kind of like the time, where you got okay, let's see where it's at now. Swimming is a great thing. As those of us that are older know, it's really good for the joints, etc.
Is it? They said it was bad. Was it just like spasms? Or?
Yeah. So she has for many years now. She's had a bulging disc. So it's not any worse. It's not any better type of thing. It's just what she deals with. So when you step a certain way with that, it just gets, and that's.
It's never the big stuff. It's always the little stuff.
Yeah, that's why I said when you look at it, it really wasn't much. I thought she was more twisted and took a bigger jolt than what she did. It really wasn't much. And wasn't much in Connecticut when it happened either. So.
One of the things about Fee, I hope people maybe appreciate, is kind of the things that she fights through to play. I mean, she's had the plantar fasciitis off and on for years. The knee thing has bugged her.
Yeah.
We're just talking about, it's kind of low key, but her toughness, the ability to play through stuff.
Yeah. She gets frustrated, because she's like, I'm not that old. I was like, yeah, but you're, like you're saying, like, a lot of minutes and a lot of games and, toughs through it. And, just she's learning about her body at this point, kind of how to manage it all. And, this is obviously just more of an annoyance for her.
Right.
It didn't stop her from keeping up with the energy yesterday once we got the Junior Lynx Dream Team in here. We didn't get a chance to chat with you after practice, but just obviously that's something you guys do every year. How fun of the day is that for you, and just how the day goes?
I'd say it's my favorite day in terms of our outreach, community outreach, and just the excitement, enthusiasm. One, that we start with the press conference, right, and where they get to sign their contract and what that feels like, and there was just a lot of excitement, in the theater for that, and then just seeing our players, because it's not just that the participants get a lot out of it, we get a lot out of it too, and that's one of our more meaningful touch points with our community. And so I didn't get a chance to see everything that happened. I heard there was some cheating allegations.
Alleged cheating.
Some allegations. And,
Is there thoughts of bringing one of those children on full time for that extra edge to maybe ride that line of cheating, non-cheating a little more?
Hey, you never know. You always got to keep your options open.
BC said if Courtney rebounds like she did in the drill with the kids, you guys will win Saturday easily. And Courtney said that.
I agree. I agree with. And Courtney probably also said say less.
Traditionally on your best teams, on your title teams, you had really good guard depth.
Yeah.
I didn't cover your first one, but you had Candace and Monica.
Yeah.
The later one, Anna and Renee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you have that kind of depth in that position. In terms of the point guard position, I guess in particular, how important is depth and maybe a variety of different styles? In terms of getting to the place you want to get to.
Yeah, I think that's what we like, right? Is the difference of play in Courtney and T when they're each out there, and in terms of playing them together, different styles. Like you need the Vegas game, we needed both of them on the floor. We needed like two ball handlers. We needed some penetration. We needed some point of attack play. There's other times when maybe T's just playing better, than Courtney, and that style of play is helping the group more, whatever it is. So I think it's extremely beneficial. And then, using our guard depth more than what we have. Carly's minutes, we haven't quite figured that one out yet. We went from, she's starting and playing a lot of minutes. It's like Jess Shepard, starting and playing a lot of minutes and then go to a 12-minute game.
Right. And Diamond pushing into that next.
Exactly, and Diamond pushing into that, right? So minutes are hard. Minutes are very hard, and every game, we are self-critical in that way. And each day is a new game, and we want to try to do a little better. And so tomorrow's no different, depending on what we look like. In terms of who's available, we'll see what the lineups present.
You talked a lot this year about when you sat down with T to talk about coming back. That you said, I need to trust you more. Ride through the ups and downs, not get the quick yank. Have you seen her game flourish as a result of that? I guess not looking over your shoulder.
I think having spent time together helped her. She understands, hey, when you play better, there is a trust. T is just flat out playing better this year. than what she was last year. Now, what was the reason for it last year? I think trying to figure things out. I don't necessarily. Hey, I don't. You know, whether players like it or not, the best teaching vehicle is a sub, right? When something isn't, you know, it's not the first time they're hearing it in the game, right? If you're doing in the game, if it's causing, then there are some non-negotiables that are happening, right? And so if you avoid the non-negotiables, then you're going to play more. That's true for every player, every bench player. It is hard to be a bench player on a good team. You know, I mean, it was hard to be a bench player during our dynasty years. You know, you were also playing behind Hall of Famers in those years. So that was really hard.
But the depth, particularly in 2015 when Lindsay was hurt,
it was huge. Anna and Renee, Anna Cruz and Renee got us in position to hang on to a number 1 seed, which proved valuable that year, right? That we had home court advantage and were able to work through the injuries to both Way and Simone.
My last question. I mean, personality-wise, T and Courtney seem to really be very similar and kind of very tight in that way.
Like Stud Budsy-ish.
But in your, I mean, what are their biggest similarities in terms of what they do on the court? What in your mind is their biggest difference?
Wow. It's probably to say there's more differences than there are similarities on the court. T's pace, you know, the way that I think T has spent more time leading a team or running an offense than Courtney has, right? Like she's only in her 3rd year of doing that. I think that presents differences in terms of when certain things happen. T probably knows more instinctively what should happen next. Courtney's still finding her way through that. T's ability to get into the paint, right, and move it around. Courtney's ability to make decisions in pick and roll. You know, are above, right? So that
gets
sort of
the rim a little bit more.
Yep. Courtney makes great reads. You know, her individual offense, that's her best place. And then obviously creating offense for us, you know, through the pick and roll decision making. So they're different in how they generate offense for the ones that they're playing with. Similarities is their confidence.
I wanted to ask really quickly just about Ola and Masha. They've been working out a lot together, obviously chatting a lot together. It's really great to have that connection there between the two of them. I'm wondering with Masha in particular, obviously such a great player in Russia, but was part of bringing her over here the connection with Ola?
It actually had nothing to do with it. It really didn't. It was just a coincidence. I know it appears like something different. Literally, it was a need. And post players available around the league that we thought could be, you know, somebody not just filling a need until somebody gets back type of thing, but is there a potential that it's a young enough player that we could like long term? And so it was really and truly a player we've been curious about for years, and we wanted to get an inside look at it. Ola just happened to be here that year that happens.
And Kayla too.
Kayla, is she Russian?
No, just playing together.
Yeah. As a teammate. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
McBride. Yes, through ECAT. Now I certainly consulted with Mac around, you know, Masha, as we always do with our players, to have those relationships, sort of, you know, inside deal type of thing. Yeah, forgot about Mac.
Thank you.
Yep.